First of all, what's your name and where you're from?
My name's Will. I'm from England. Probably the best country in the world, actually. In my humble opinion.
Or in England you're from, specifically?
Specifically, it's a difficult question, you know. I've got things happening around, like all around the UK, but I lay my hat down in the southwest of England, a little countryside, a little sleepy town called Newton Abbot in the county of Devon.
I'll try to look those places up later, yeah. Well, anyways, I like your outfit, by the way. Like, what have you been up to today?
So, yes, today I went to a Halloween party, but not the fun kind. The kind of annoying kind when you're an English teacher and you have to go to like an elementary school and teach them Halloween vocabulary, which went okay, depending on who you ask.
How did you have to act like to the kids?
I mean, if you want me to do it, then we can say,
Go.
"Oh, hey guys, welcome to our Halloween party. Do you know how to say trick or treat?" Yeah, okay, say not trick or treat. Yes, oh, here's a candy. Wow, you did such a great job. Wow, please enjoy today's activities. Wow.
What did you make you feel like afterwards? Like, good actor, I guess?
It made me feel like less than nothing.
Less than nothing.
Like dirt. No, seriously, it felt good. No, sorry, it felt good actually. It felt good because I mean, the kids had fun.
Yeah.
And from as an English teacher, I came to Japan to be an English teacher.
Okay, so I was gonna ask you the question.
Exactly. Yeah. No, exactly. As long as the kids were all they were smiling, they're having a great time.
Yeah.
I mean, there was candy involved, so they're having a great time, of course.
My next question is, how long have you been in Japan?
About a year and 4 months, I suppose. Yeah, just over a year. I came to Japan last July.
Well, how do you like it here so far then?
I've been having a great time. I was initially coming for 6 months. I did 3 months of language school, and then traveled around a little bit. Went to Kyoto, Okinawa, Hokkaido. Had a great time in Hokkaido, obviously. And
Hokkaido would be the best place you've been to so far. Or
I think Okinawa. Okinawa was the kind of tropical paradise that,
right. So
as someone from the UK, I never expected to go anywhere like that.
So what was like the best experience you had in Okinawa?
Probably like the snorkeling. I'd never seen waters as clear as that, really. And at one point because you can only go so deep when you're snorkeling, like surface level, we just chucked off the snorkels, just dove down super deep, like the corals. Words cannot describe how.
Did you see any sharks or like?
Yeah, I mean, my leg is gone. Is gone. No sharks. No, it was super safe. It was fine.
Let me change the question, okay?
Yeah, of course, man. Yeah.
Is there anything like you needed to know beforehand before coming to Japan?
I really think that the language and the depending where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Cultural differences as well can be an issue. Like if you're coming to travel, that's one thing, and you can kind of get by with English, right? Okay. And this is an English interview, so like a piece of advice would be at least try to learn some kind of common phrases, right? If you're coming here to travel, if you're coming here to live or to work, I would say study as much as you possibly can, seriously, as much as you possibly can, because it will come in useful for sure. Okay. And that's something that I actually regret. When I was in the UK, I had a lot of time on my hands, and I neglected studying. I really wish I would have done more. But at the end of the day, if you do come and you realize, oh shit, I should study more, then you can always study more, and also you get way more exposure to the language here. So I wouldn't worry too much, but the cultural differences, just know how to behave, know how to act. Yeah,
I feel like those like two elements are like some of the most important things. Exactly. Like before.
And a lot of people come and they are surprised. They're surprised by those things, but try to not be surprised. Try to know what to expect. Do your research. Put the hours in, and there should be no surprises really, because it's a beautiful country. It's a perfect civilized country, and it's fantastic. And you can make the most of it if you do the right thing.
When in Rome, right? So like, what are some useful expressions that like you would tell everybody to like know beforehand?
One thing, living in Tokyo, there's obviously lots of train stations. If you're doing a lot of traveling, you want to get around. So I mean, train station. Don't really understand. The word is eki. Yeah. And if you want to say where is, like doko desu ka, and even things like the bathroom, right? Like toire doko desu ka, eki doko desu ka, and things people are going to say to you like dono shushin, like kara desu ka. You should like so I'm from the USA, baby. No, it's America. And if you're I'm from the UK, it's igirisu. So your country might not be what you expect it to be.
So what you're trying to say is like you have to know about yourself, like you have to know how to talk about yourself as well.
Yeah, about yourself, but you should also be able to anticipate follow-up questions.
Okay.
So try to understand, try to think, and try to comprehend like what are people going to ask you, and be prepared to answer. And also, fire back with a question. Fire back, but like also like believe in yourself.
Well, this might be the last question, but do you speak Japanese?
少し話せます.
Can you introduce yourself in Japanese?
Would you like me to?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, 僕はウィリアムです。イギリスに出身です。1年前に日本に来ました。でも日本語ちょっと難しい。そして簡単言葉お願いします。Please speak easy Japanese to me. But yeah, I'm from the UK. I'm Will. Please speak easy Japanese to me.
Cool.
Yeah, because also like service people will use different Japanese than your textbook, so be prepared for that. And you can ask them, "Kantan nihongo onegaishimasu." Yukuri, slowly, yukuri onegaishimasu. And they are very accommodating people, very polite, very nice people, especially those that work in service. So don't be afraid to ask them to slow down or use easier Japanese, and it can help you to get by.
Thanks for your time.
Yeah, of course, man. Yeah.
That was a nice interview.
Anytime, yeah.
All right, thank you for your time and cooperation.
My pleasure.
All right, so first of all, what is your name and where you're originally from?
I'm Jillian and I'm from New York.
Newark.
New York.
New York. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, so first question, are you visiting or are you trying to live here?
I'm visiting. I have a work conference later this week, so exploring a little bit while I can before.
So conference, you mean like you're studying something and like you need to do some presentation or something?
I work for a pretty international company and we're all meeting here for a few days just to get together.
Thank you. All right, so the next question is is there anything that you worried about before coming to Japan, or if there's anything you need to be aware of before coming here?
I think the biggest thing is the language barrier. Just trying to navigate myself in a new environment.
Understand. Thank you. So the next question, do you speak Japanese at all?
Not at all.
Not at all. Okay, so here's good Japanese phrase that you could use in informal situation. So you say azas.
Azas.
Like hot sauce. Like hot sauce. Azas.
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 Which means thank you.
Okay.
Fantastic. Yeah. So azas.
Azas.
All right, so thank you for your time and cooperation for this interview. First of all, what is your name and where are you from?
So my name's Patrick and I'm from the UK.
I'm Kana from Japan.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Okay, so I've got some questions. So first one is, are you living here or are you visiting here?
Yeah, so I'm working in Japan as an English teacher and I've been here for 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
So what brought you to Japan?
So when I was in university, I wanted to become an English teacher, and Japan had many jobs, and also I thought Tokyo was a really cool city. It's like the biggest city in the world. I know it looks very modern and advanced compared to London, which has a lot of old.
Really?
Yeah, London just has loads of old stuff. In the UK, they love old things.
Yeah.
Whereas I think Japan, they probably prefer the new stuff. So yeah, I just thought it'd be really cool to live in a big city.
Thank you. So next question: what is your best experience, or something you had fun with the most ever since you came to Japan?
Oh, my best experience. I think. Good question. Probably my best experience has been, I'd say, just working in Japanese junior high schools, actually.
Not dating Kana?
Yeah, and Kana.
So you were saying working experiences with your teaching English?
Yeah. So that is it. I think not a lot of people in the world have the opportunity to see what Japanese junior high school is like. So I'm happy that's my job, and it's just really interesting to see how they're taught Japanese culture, really, in the junior high school, and to just be a part of that really is cool.
Understand. So is there anything that you want to say for that question?
Yeah.
Not dating with me. The best thing.
That's some lovey-dovey moment.
Can we do a retake?
So next question. So is there anything that you wish you knew, or like before coming to Japan, or like something that you were really worried about like before coming here?
A really weird one. I was worried about things like getting a haircut in Japan. When I was in the UK, I was really worried about how am I able to get a haircut, or how am I going to be able to go to the dentist or go to the doctor when I don't speak Japanese. However, when I came here, there were actually a lot of services in place for people who don't speak Japanese. That really helped me at the beginning. So that was something I was really worried about.
So like how did you like overcome it? Like since like you mentioned like there are like some services like in place for foreigners like who do not speak Japanese. But like since you've been here for 4 years, so like you're getting hang of it, like
Yeah, I'd say I'm definitely getting the hang of Japanese conversation, but I still struggle a lot, especially with kanji. There's just way too many. But yeah, when I first came, if I didn't have those services there, I would have been screwed.
I see. You're saying like sort of like necessary like for you to like actually like survive and like thrive in Japan, like with the culture, like because like there's not like too many people like who speak English, and like services like without English.
Yeah, exactly. So unless I had some friends that gave me recommendations, it would have been really difficult to find a service that did English support. But yeah, they are rare, but they do exist. But I think you have to be in somewhere like Tokyo for those services to exist. If you're in Inaka, good luck. Study Japanese. Yeah.
So yeah, like you're definitely right about like choosing like Tokyo, like for
It's kind of spoiled me.
too much drinking.
Too much drinking. The Nomi Holdais are dangerous. In fact, I'm on a Nomi Holdai time now. So the Nomi Holdais are definitely dangerous when they're here.
Okay, so since you guys are in an international relationship, right?
Yeah.
So I would like to ask like what is the hardest like thing you have to like overcome or face in this kind of relationship? Of course, like there's a like language barrier, but like if there's anything else.
Other than language barrier? Not really as of now. Yeah, not that I don't feel that much cultural difference.
Oh really?
Well, it hasn't really been that big of a shock, really.
Not
I
really,
think.
yeah.
What I'd say is maybe I'm too sarcastic. Maybe it's might mean for Japanese people. Does that come across as a bit mean sometimes?
Yeah, you're mean sometimes.
Yeah, I try to reduce my sarcasm when I'm in Japan, because I've heard it's quite mean-spirited here, but in the UK, it's used way too much.
Yeah, not to be too sarcastic.
Yeah, I think if you're a foreign guy and you're thinking about dating a Japanese girl, prepare to be going to like a lot of cafes. A lot of cafes and cute things. They will overtake your life. Crepes and dogs and Hello Kitty and things like that. Yeah.
All right. Last question. So this is to Patrick.
Oh yeah.
Do you speak any Japanese? And if you could you introduce yourself in Japanese?
ちょっとできます。私の名前はパトリックです。イギリスから来ました。4年前に日本に来た。英語の先生になるために日本に来ました。趣味はYouTube を見ます。YouTube を見ます。I think that's it. Yeah.
Perfect, bro. Your Japanese is so good.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time and cooperation.
Yeah.
Cheers, mate.